What up, y'all? I'm gonna make this one quick because I want to talk about something else, and that one's gonna be a longer video because I need to put that one on several platforms. Well, but the cops or people who are impersonating the cops, or they're off-duty cops. These people are responsible for the lynchings because you have to understand. First of all, I think it's like now over a dozen now that they have found hanging since all of this started. Black people. They just found a high school football star, or football player in New Jersey hanging from a tree. So they're starting to hang our babies now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so remember that while you are being lulled to sleep with gestures that they have been giving us lately with, like, singing the Black National Anthem and, taking down statues, shit that really don't mean nothing, but they think we're stupid enough to take that as something and shut up. But it's the police, I think, because you got to think about it. A lot of these incidents, there's no resistance. It's that you can explain that away maybe for one or two, but I think there's a dozen, either it's 10 or 12 that have happened in the last few months, in the last 2 months. And all of them can't be like, oh, I was just caught off guard, or snatching grabs. A car, a van, or something like that. Somebody just jumps out, two people jump out and grab. But some of these people are not like, these are some big dudes. So it has to be, you just can't be just walking up on one white man walking up on somebody. No, they're in groups. So, but even then, I would suspect you got to go down the list. Oh, so you're going to have people like, well, maybe they just did it by force by showing them a gun and making them get in the car. Everybody ain't finna get in the car. Everybody ain't finna comply, right? You don't have to shoot me right here. And I don't believe all 12 incidents that if a gun was used in every one of them, that they just was like, okay, I'm just going to do what you say so I don't die, as if we don't know that you probably need to fight and die right there so they can at least have your body, right? Then you have the snatching grabs. Well, people are going to see that. That's going to be something that people are going to be like, yo, yeah, I saw this car, this person is walking down the street. Somebody's going to see it. I saw this person walking down the street, and all of a sudden his car screeched to a stop, and two people jumped out, and they grabbed him, and somebody's going to see that. That's going to be something that people are going to notice. Somebody's going to say something about that, because that's going to be like, oh my God, what just happened? Unbeknownst to them, like, they don't know that it's some white supremacist ready to hang this person. They don't know what it is. They're just like, oh my God, did you just see this person? Them people just roll up on that person and snatch them up and throw them in that car. You're going to somebody's going to call the police, because somebody's going to see that, right? Then you have, like I said, because they're young, you can't say they were all like, maybe they met them at a bar and had some drinks and put something in their drink, or maybe befriended them at the bar, got them drunk, and then kind of went outside and had some other people waiting. You can't say that either. You have a more swanky, well-to-do city in California that it happened across the street from an area that I guess it was a restaurant, and it was an area that had cameras everywhere. Video cameras on the street, and the business had cameras. Now that one happened, I want to say earlier this year. I want to say maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. They're all running together. But anyway, It happened at I guess, a statue of race, some white man, racist white man, I'm sure. And it was a business across the street, and they pretty much threatened them to be quiet. Now, if it was just some good old boys, some white people that was not affiliated with the police whatsoever, or government officials, or that area's officials, or whatever, they wouldn't have been like, oh, threatening everybody to stay on call, basically. Because again, you had cameras not only on the business, you had cameras like city cameras, So it's a concerted effort to keep this shit hush hush. Which again is another side point I want to make to black people, especially you lovers love black people, and right is wrong is wrong. So you clearly understand that they don't operate. Their principle is not about what's right is right and wrong is wrong. They don't do that when it comes to their people. It's right or wrong. They're gonna stand in solidarity regardless. Either they just gonna be quiet and not say nothing, either way, or they're going to be out there being vocal. Okay, so that's another side note to black people who want to live and deal with this particular principle of right is right and wrong is wrong, because they do not deal like that when it comes to outside people who are not white. They don't care. Okay, I made a post the other day. I said, when white folks do something wrong and it's on camera, they always want to say that, what happened. They want to ask what happened before the video started. When anybody else does anything wrong on camera, to them, they did that shit. They don't care what happened. They don't ask, talking about what happened before that. Let me, get context. None of that. It happened. Whatever the media said happened, happened. Okay? So there has to be police. They're either the police, off-duty police, or impersonating police officers and running up on these people, because that's the only way you're going to get black people, or anybody really, to stop and comply. Don't know how they're actually doing it, as far as once they're like, okay, if you're a cop and you're like, yo, you're jaywalking or something, especially with the children, and they know it's kids too. When they deal, so they're hanging our children. Let that really sink in. You lovers love people. They're hanging. They don't care. They don't care about our kids, yo. And some of y'all are, well, you want the black and black. Well, their kids go shoot up their own kids, their own schools, and shoot their parents and shit. So, like I said, I'm not sure exactly how it's going down with regards once they, if they're identifying themselves as officers, if they have their uniforms on. Of course, it's, they're going to, throw them in the back of the squad car. Unbeknownst to them, they don't know what the fuck is going on. They're just trying to comply so the motherfucker don't shoot them. Then probably get them somewhere where a bunch of them are waiting, and hang them. I do believe these are initiations, and it could be something to that effect where the police officers are snatching people for initiation purposes, to whether they don't necessarily need to do hangings. They just shoot a motherfucker. But for, like, say, the hate groups that are within the KKK, Boogie Boys, and all that other stuff, say if they're doing initiations for people who do not wear uniforms, they're going to get them their specimen, right? Okay, we're going to pull somebody. With my uniform, I'm going to get somebody to lower their guard, put them in my car, and I'm going to bring them over here to you guys and to this person who we're initiating, and they're going to hang this person. Okay? Or it could be someone impersonating a police officer. So, or a group that is impersonating police. And they're just, they don't know, the person doesn't know until it's too late. And the babies, they're not going to know no better. They're not going to know, like, certain cues. They're not going to they just see the kind of the uniform. If it looks kind of like a uniform, they don't know. They don't know what to look at. You get all types of If it's fake, you can get all type of stuff that make it look like you're a police officer. They just arrested a bunch of white dudes who, mind you, got right back out, impersonating police officers that ran over somebody at a protest a week or two ago. But I personally think that they were police officers. They were just off-duty police officers, at least one or two in a bunch. Especially the one that was really holding his head down, because I think he didn't want to get facial recognition. He didn't want no video of him because they would have tied him to the police department. So, and then that would have just blew their whole cover. But I do believe that, like I said, they're either impersonating a police officer, they're off-duty police officers, or they're actually police officers. There's no way that all these random people are just going to let their guard down. If it's just a bunch of plain clothes, white racist motherfuckers, right racist motherfucker run up on me and you like, get in the motherfucking car, you nigger. Bitch, just shoot me right here. Just shoot me right here. You just shoot me right here. Because I already know I'm dead. So, motherfucker, you ain't finna go whatever you finna do to this dead corpse is what you do. But you're not finna take me somewhere and either hang me or whatever, or mutilate me or no shit like that. And it'd be no evidence. We gonna shoot me right here. You gonna shoot me right here. And I'm gonna make a commotion. And that's another thing. There was no commotion. There's no reports of commotion. Are there have been any reports of commotion with any of these, and the police in that respective area is suppressing that information from the public, which again means that there are ties within the police department and law enforcement period, and the judicial system that ties them to the KKK and other hate racist groups. Which is another reason why the police need to be defunded. To me, they need to be defunded because they are part of the KKK and a part of that whole white is right, white and pure, and keep my white rats bullshit. So that's all I wanted to say on that. I'm gonna end this one on that. Think about it. Let that marinate. There's no other reason. There's no other explanation. These people are police. They're either police, impersonating police, somewhere affiliated with police, or off-duty police. Period.